Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies. How is everybody doing? So today I wanted to focus this episode around comparison to clarity, protecting your energy and manifesting your own path. And this podcast today, I kind of switched it up a little bit because I was inspired by listening to the lovely Linda from the podcast Grey Roots and Chicken Boots. I always love listening to Linda's podcasts. She humbles me so much. She makes me feel even though she's over in the Yukon, I feel like so home from home. And I know if we was local to each other, we would probably see each other all the time. And I would love to meet Linda in person one day. She has been on the podcast. I'm actually going to get her back on the podcast. Just see where she's up to, because it's really nice looking at different perspectives in life. Looking at age and where people are at. And she really brings me back down to earth. And looking at like the things that she talks about, the things I talk about on my podcast, and some of the topics she spoke about, and I'm like, it does relate to business and how we are in life. And it got me really thinking about something that affects us all, which is comparison. So let's be honest, it's so easy to compare. If it's for me, it's always my weight, because I'm like, when you go into a place and you're the bigger person, I don't know if it's for you, you might be a bigger person, you might be a smaller person and want to be a bigger person. I've had that issue so many times with women that I work with. But from my perspective, it makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like, if you're with like friends and we're all similar sizes, you don't feel a kind of way. But when you're going somewhere, you compare how you look and you compare like your weight and how you look in your clothes, because people do compare. They say they don't, but they do see that, don't they? It's funny how people didn't see and say anything when I put weight on, but now I'm like, oh, you're not losing any more weight, are you? I'm like, my BMI is still like 27, and I know that's not all about the BMI, but I also need to think about my, the diabetes and all about my sugar levels and just my overall health going forwards and maintaining it, and managing my weight, because I don't want to put weight on. Perimenopause, a thing, we get that adipose tummy fat as we get older. We're not like when we're younger, like we can burn. But then when we get older, we always get that little bit of a podge. So that might not be you, that might be you. You might be like, yeah, that's definitely me. But it's hard to compare. Then we go into business, and Linda's talked about what I was listening about. I always felt like with Linda, she's had the short end of the straw quite a few times, where through like previous episodes where she's had that in the workplace. And it is hard, like when you are in a workplace, and you're always going to have a rapport with your boss or somebody, and you're always going to get a little bit of a leg up. That happens within any workplace. But when you work for yourself, you can kind of monitor that and manage that. You can always look at someone else's life, or especially when we're online. And when you're self-employed and building something you sell, and the next person does a podcast with the same name or starts doing something in the same remit as you. So it's hard, isn't it? Because we start to compare like, oh, not another, like, oh, you might, I have clients and friends that say, I'm about to launch this thing, but such a body's launched it, and you feel like you don't want to look like you're copying. But we should just stay in our own lane, because what's going to work for you and your business and life isn't going to work for somebody else. I've got a completely different personality to the next person. I'm bubbly, I'm outgoing, I get along with a lot of people because I'm quite genuine, I'm authentic, I'm very approachable. I want to still be like that even as someone who's slimmer now. That's the only thing that worries me, is because you can tell people's demeanour that change with you, especially if you've got people that are a little bit bigger and now you're not that bigger person anymore. I feel that a little bit more now than I did do years ago. I feel like when you're bigger. Sometimes people like that. They like you to be the bigger person, or it's funny, isn't it? But like with the friends that I hang around with, especially like doing a lot of things with Kimmy at the minute, and we've been like, Kimmy's lost 8 stone and we're on a journey together, so we have that mutual understanding and respect, and we're both still in it. We're both going to have to work hard to maintain our weight. She puts weight on, I put a bit of weight back on. It's just going like that all the time, and it's so hard not to compare on the outside. So I always say, have influential people around you. You can create your own network, your buddy system. I have friends that I help, and I have a friend that I go to the gym with, Kirsty, and then I do things with my mom, and like we have our people for doing different things with. But then people do come together. Like I'm doing a collaboration with Alice and Kimmy, and then my other friend Nicola, and then I go for sound baths and lunch with my other friend Lindsay that I went to school with. So, but last week we came together and I invited my other friend, and we all came together. So it's good, but we all support each other. There's no badness, and I support their business, they support me, give those business ideas, and that's what it is about, isn't it? Because when we start to compare, we get into our own little heads, our little our inner dialogue starts like tapping away, like it's like hacking away at us. And that, if you've got low self-esteem or imposter syndrome, then it's going to hit those places first. But sometimes we can be scrolling for like 2 minutes and online, and we're just sunk into that, oh, like look at this, look at that. And sometimes it's comparing, oh, I should be doing that. I do it with myself. Like, I should be posting more. I see people saying, I can help you earn this in your business, but how can anybody tell somebody? It's like me helping someone set up a salon or a home business. I cannot guarantee you're going to make that money, because how I make money and recurring money in my salon is because I look after my clients. They get food and drink. They have bespoke treatments. They have private treatments within my salon. There's no other people coming in and out. I do things in a way which I've learned over the years what my clients want, especially as we get older. We want that privacy, don't we? We want being fussed over. I struggle when I go into places, and if I'm not being fussed over or being like made that main character of that appointment, like if we go for an appointment, you're paying for an appointment, and then if the customer service is just a little bit off, I'm done. I'll not go back there. It'll bug me, because I'm in the industry, hair and beauty industry. I expect good quality, like customer service, and when I see it, I promote it. Like I went to the spa last week, Woodland Spa. So yeah, I'm going to promote them online, because I've never had anything bad. I've never had a bad treatment. Food's amazing. Everything's just been amazing. And that's what it is. You've been trained to the highest standards. They're enjoying the job, and you can always tell when people are enjoying what they do. I always say to people, like, and I've spoke to so many people, I'm like, I can tell that they're in that job by default, and I'm like, I do speak to people on like a deeper level, and I say, like, what is it you actually want to do? And they're like, well, I do this job, but I would like to do this. I'm like, well, let's look at working at doing something on the sideline. You can keep in your main business. We can still do, like, I've got my salon, but then I'm doing this, I'm talking to you, and I've got my publishing, I'm doing collaborations. I'm a manifesting generator. I just can't do the same thing. It wouldn't give me any gratification if I just did one thing. My safe space is my salon. I love it. I love doing hair. I just love people. And the fact that people come back, and I just book everyone's appointments for the year. It shows that people enjoy coming to me. They come for the chat. They come for the security, the flexibility. I've created that. I know what clients want, because I know what I want. So yes, we can compare and look at, their socials are better than me. People might be looking at me. Last week I had a photo shoot, but it's about investing in your business and doing things. Like, I probably wouldn't have done that as many shoots being bigger. Now I've lost the weight, I need to start showing up more. I want people to show that I've got growth as well, and I'm putting effort into my business, because that's what it is about. It's like, just think about what you want, what other people are doing. And I always say to people, encourage people, it's so much fun. Like, you've got to go and see Kimmy and have a photo shoot. If you come down, and she lives in Clitheroe, like, come down to a studio, or I know sometimes she meets at locations, and just feeling good about you. That's my inner child, having photos done. I always wanted to be a model when I was younger. I think back then I probably might have had a bit more of a chance because we had social media. I mean, you can influence yourself, can't you? You can model yourself. And someone had said, "Are you going into modelling?" And I was like, "No." I said, "Well, I would take an over 40s modelling contract on course. I would." I said, "But that isn't my primary thing at the minute." I said, "Of course, I love to do some pictures and I love dressing up. I love wearing clothes. I love doing my hair and makeup. You never see me without me looking like groomed up for the day because I always have my nails and my lashes done, my eyebrows. It makes me feel better." But, comparison isn't just a mindset. It actually affects what you want to manifest. Because there's loads of people do what I do and manifesting. There's people probably been doing it a lot longer than me, and I could let that affect me. But you know what? My time will come for growth and that exposure for what I'm doing because I'm doing it myself. No one's helping me. I'm doing it all myself. I've published my own books. I'm authentic. I have qualifications behind me as well. So I'm practicing what I preach and I'm helping people on another level. I don't always have to put it online that I'm helping people. I'm doing this, doing that because I don't really need to. I don't really work like that. But yes, it does help my business. And when you do that, it does trigger somebody else. So just be mindful as well. Like when we put things out there, things might not always be as they seem. Some people can fake it till they make it. I know a lot of people that do that. It's nothing wrong with doing that because at the end of the day, it's how we manifest, how we put our foot forward. We'll set a goal, and then when I talk about having luxury items, because when we're manifesting and we're trying to lift our vibration, it's the more things that I do, do my photo shoots and the collaboration, it opens so many doors to other things and it gives me the confidence to be an author, to position myself and stand on business. If I just jumped into that now from hairdressing into that, I haven't built up that confidence and self-worth inside. And I think that's really important, is them incremental little steps to growth and self-development. We also need to look at growth and celebrate growth as well and think about what are we doing. I tell you what, Kimmy in the last 6 months, she's just a business. She's got her brand room, she's got this membership. And Alice, if you follow Alice Potter, she's been on the podcast. She's just been doing incredible, and she is doing her goals and she's smashing them. She's doing this, doing that, next thing. And people might be oh my God, she's doing all these things. And I know a lot of people will be triggered by her because she's smashing it. She's throwing herself. But she has a story as well. People have a story. She does it for her daughter. She does it because she wants to, improve her self-development and improvement. And she's smashing it at 30 years old. I was doing things at that age, but where she is now, it's just incredible. Imagine where she's going to be at 40. She always pushes through things and puts that smile on her face, and that's great. And that even encourages me to keep showing up, and because it's authentic. And when you see people being authentic online, you go, "Yep, I'm going to do that," and that's amazing. And it is about celebrating each other and promoting each other, and that's why we've come together as friends, and we're doing a podcast day. So we're going to do another one as well, so we've got another date planned. So it's really exciting, but we don't have to compare each other. We're all different, but we're going to use all our skills together, and we are going to make something just completely magical. And the thing with manifesting is you attract from the energy you're in. So if your energy is "I'm not enough" or "I'm behind," that's the frequency you stay in. And this is why we do collaborations, because we will be buzzing. When we've done that day, we will be high flying, crazy energy. I love doing coaching and training. I come off my adrenaline, my face is red, my adrenaline's high. I love teaching. That is what I love to do, because I just I like educating people. I like making people look good. So it's just stepping out of that comfort zone and, find your people. Don't worry about the bigger circle. This podcast is sponsored by the My Nora app. If you or someone you love is experiencing coercive control, you need to know about the My Nora app. Created by Emma Davey, a survivor and advocate. This powerful app helps you safely collect evidence, protect your well-being, and take back control, discreetly and securely. Download the My Nora app today and start reclaiming your power. Just search My Nora in your app store now. It's just when we start to shift then out of that comparison and then back into our own lane, everything just changes. So how do we exactly get out of comparison? When we find ourselves there. So the first thing is awareness, just noticing it, catching yourself in the moment and thinking, hold on, this isn't helping me, and journaling. We need to journal because comparison can be subtle, especially online. It creeps in without us realising. Years ago, I was speaking to a client about this. Like, we didn't have anything online, like even like salons. I thought I was only a hairdresser in Preston because I didn't see any other hairdressers. Yes, there was people I went to college with. They didn't really go into, some went into salons, but not everybody went working for themselves because I didn't see anything online. But now I see people doing hairdressing. Some people have quit hairdressing. I see other beauticians. But you know what? It also keeps me on my feet. If I see something like, oh, I never thought of that. Like, that's a really good concept. So, you know what? Sometimes it can be quite like empowering to see somebody do something. We can all learn from each other. Yes, sometimes it might look like somebody's copying you online, but take that as a positive because sometimes we intrinsically don't realise that we, like subconsciously, we're like taking things in and we don't really realise we're doing it because it's just online, it's repetitive, isn't it? But it just makes sure we are looking at our goals and what our content pillars are, especially if you're looking at a business point of view. So we need to also look at our environment, protect our environment. If there's something triggering you, you can put pause on that person. If it's online, you can unfollow like accounts, get rid of accounts. You are allowed to step back, mute it, unfollow, and create the space. And that's not being negative, that's protecting your energy. And in the manifesting world, and you are in it because you're listening to this, we have to protect our energy because our vibrations are too valuable. If you start dropping your vibrations down because of certain situations, then that's not going to work for us. So it's about keeping those vibrations down. Our vibrations can drop from like time of the month or something sad really happening, but I know how to flick that switch really quick. And this next one is coming back into your own vision. What do you actually want? Not what it looks like for somebody else, and not what social media says success should be. Your life, your pace, and your version of success. Because we are all on completely different timelines. You might be wanting to launch a podcast with me. You're at the beginning, but I can help you. I can bring you up to speed because I know the strategy around that and the pace, and I can look at you and look at your business and your personality and how you work your learning style. Because even when I'm teaching, I have got teaching like qualifications. I look at your learning style and it might not be as quick for you than it is for me to pick that up. I won't say I struggled at school. I struggled as in I didn't get like A stars at school. I had to find like a way around like situations. I always knew I was a little bit different, and words and like everything was like just really fast all the time, and I feel like my learning styles wasn't met. And it was only till I did my teaching years ago that I realised there's different teaching styles, and one of mine is kinesthetic, hence why I went into kinesthetic. Is you like working with your hands, and like I am quite visual, so I have to visually see. Like when I did my exams and when I did like my cardiac rehab exam, I had to visually see the heart and the chambers of the heart and how it's going to pump. I can't have just somebody like firing facts at me. It doesn't work. I need to create a visual. I need to take my mind to that visual, how it's going to work. So you might need to do the same, but I will take care of you. Everything that I do online and when I work with you is I look at you, and if you've got any disabilities or any challenges, that is what I'm there to do. So you're not just getting, here's how you do a podcast, goodbye. It's different. I do teach a lot different. I've got quite a holistic approach to my teaching style because, and especially like when I worked in fitness, I've got that person-centered. I have to be person-centered because people have got a lot of like personal issues going on and health, and I can't just bypass that. We have to get to the root of everything that we do to succeed in life. And that's what I started to do with me a couple of years ago, like working on that inner work and thinking, yes, I can work online. Yes, I can just be a little bit louder online. And sometimes I put posts out online. I'm like, oh, it's about too much for people. Because I have people on there on my socials that I went to school with. I'll probably think it's a bit like, that's a completely different Lindsay. And yes, I have changed so much. Yes, I still live in a similar area that I lived in. Yeah, I still do hair and beauty. But I'm moving on. And I can't wait for people. I really can't. I have to move forward. If you want to come with me, you can join me. You can come network with me. You can work with me. I'm here. Listen to the podcast. I will never boo-boo anybody. If you want to meet up for a coffee, if you're thinking about a business, if you're local to me, I'll always catch up with people. And people say, what are you doing, Lynn? People have been messaging me this week saying, I've been really watching what you've been doing. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you was watching my socials. And they were like, yeah, you should be really proud. You're making me feel like I could do a little bit more. But sometimes people don't know that there is more and we can move more because we've been kept in a box so long. How do we step out of that box without exposing ourselves and challenging ourselves? So yeah, it is just stepping out. It doesn't matter where you come from or anything like that, because I will tell you that straight. But you've got to give yourself some credit, especially if you're a busy mom, you're building a business, managing life, juggling everything. You're probably doing more than you realise. I'm SEN parenting as well. But you just need to be a little bit more consistent. And just stay in your lane, protect your energy, and trust your own path. Because the moment you start comparing is the moment you start aligning. And that's when the magic starts to happen. I started putting myself in different circles and just challenging myself. Started doing lives. When I look at old photo shoots, old posts, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I was putting that out online. Because I've learned how do we learn things in life if we don't practice and position ourselves and put ourselves out there. This is why I do everything that I do. I feel like I've got a value to my life because I'm always helping people. I can't help but help people, support people. I want people to do well in life. I want people to smash life and be happy and I always put a smile on people's face when they come in the salon. They always oh my God, Lindsay, I just feel amazing when I've left because I'll have a coffee and a biscuit and a chat and get free life coaching if you sat there. Because I'll tell you how it is, because that's what I'm there for you to do, and that's what hairdressers do, don't they? You could offload and you can have that privacy with your hairdresser. So yeah, anyway, it's typical. I am coming to the end of the podcast. My husband is mowing the garden. I'm not sure if you can hear it. He's got his headphones on. He probably didn't know I was recording, but you know what? I just thought I'm just going to record. It's lovely outside. It's been beautiful here in the UK. I did actually put my winter bedding back on. It was cool last night, so I was so glad that I did. I've got some new bedding, some new pillows. I can't wait to get them on. So yeah, it's got some exciting things coming up, and that's what it is all about. But going back to Linda's episode, go and listen to Linda. I'll put the link in the show notes. She's amazing. Yes, things are not fair in life sometimes because we do compare. But you know what? Those things in life that when they're not fair, I feel like they also teach us lots and lots of lessons, because if we've handed everything on a plate, then that wouldn't give us growth. But we can suss people out as we get to an age, can't we? We can really think, yeah, don't want to do that. This is not working for me. And just looking at Linda's title, fair is not always equitable. It's when you're looking online and we do compare and say, oh, it's not fair, they're more. Some people have a little bit of a leg up, don't they, in business, and might have more financial resources, and it's really hard when we can compare looking at that. And I get in every workplace or situation, instead of thinking, why don't I have that, we can switch it to, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. One change moves you from lack into possibility, and that is a completely different energy to manifest from. So when we're linking it into business, we always look at somebody else online thinking they're smashing it. Why am I not there then? But you don't know how long they've been doing it, what support they have, what their life looks like behind the scenes, and what they don't have to juggle. Where you might be building a business around school runs, appointments, family life, and everything else that comes with being a busy mum. And that doesn't make you behind, just makes your journey different. It's like podcasting, and me and Linda spoke about this, and authors, we look at celebrities that have already got a platform, and then they podcast straight the number one podcast, because people are out there, they're nosy, they want to listen to the podcast. They do a book, people are nosy. Like, if you're in the public eye, it doesn't always feel fair, because people don't always feel like they're supporting you, even though you see family members and friends liking celebrities, and you're like, why don't you like my post? It's one of those situations, isn't it? But you know what? Just don't have the negativity, keep the high vibe, say thank you, and move on, because that's how we're going to raise our vibrations, and we're going to bring in everything that we want in life, because we're not going to be neggy, we're going to be positive, and we're going to celebrate and support everybody, because when we do, then the universe is watching all the time, and we'll think, right, good things are coming to them, because nobody wants you to be a negative person, because we want to be happy for everybody, don't we? So anyway, I'm going to leave it there now, and have a great day. Happy manifesting. Send me a message, and share the podcast. See you later. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree, from my book Manifesting Through Motherhood to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.